Hey, welcome in H-Town. You are now tuned in to Grip It and Rip It Sports. I'm your host, J.R. Wilson. And there are a few things that we need to touch on today, and we'll do so right after this here.
Hey, it's time to open up your ears and your eyes. You are now tuned in to Grip It and Rip It. Know what I'm talking about? Grip it and rip it. Okay. Grip it and rip it. Rip it. Grip it and grip it and grip it and rip it. Grip it and rip it. Grip it and grip it and grip it and rip it. Grip it and rip it. Grip it and grip it and grip it and rip it. Grip it and rip it. Grip it and grip it and grip it.
Hey, welcome in H-Town. Again, this is Grip It and Rip It Sports that you are tuned in. If this is your first time tuning in, look, I need you to do me a favor. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel right here. There's something scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Like, subscribe, comment, and share this link with your people, with your partners, with your family. And I need you to understand something. If you ain't learned anything else in life, understand this, that this show is the flavor for your wings, the barbecue sauce for your ribs, and the sugar for your Kool-Aid, not your tank. Don't get it twisted or misconstrued. Basically, what I'm saying is what I have is what you need. So sit there and we'll proceed. Anyways, man, y'all know me. If you've been on this show, if you've heard this show, if you've listened to any of my episodes, you know I like to get straight off into it. So let's do that, okay? Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to lie to you. Right now, I'm a little frustrated about how the Houston Texans are making decisions. Be honest with you, I'm a little frustrated about how the city of Houston is making decisions, aside from the Houston Rockets right now. But then again, I will say that even with them, I'm upset. Why would you let go of Daryl Morey? What has he not done that a general manager needs to do? Now you send him to Philly so he can bring all kind of talent in there. And now, as soon as he gets there, he's trying to trade for James Harden. But that's another show for another day. Right now, we're talking about the Houston Texans, okay? And clearly, Green Bay had their eyes on Will Fuller this whole time, ever since we played them, okay? And they whipped us 35-20. Here's the thing. Do I think that I would like that wide receiver core to stay intact? Absolutely. But the problem is that we don't have any equity in the draft. Bill O'Brien came here, he ran this place into the ground, and now we left with scraps. So what do you have to do? Well, we have the quarterback of the future. We have our franchise guy. Now you have to build upon that, right? He's the blueprint. He's the foundation, rather. So now it's time to build upon that. But what did we do? We sat on our hands. And I'm going to talk about that in a little bit too. But I'm upset because this deal should have been done. I love Will Fuller as a wide receiver. He's not a number one to me. He's a great number two. He can act as a number one when your number one is actually down or, has an injury of some sort. But he's a number two. He's the guy that stretches the field. Can he go, short to intermediate routes? Of course he can. Of course he can. Is he a great route runner? No, he's decent. But, man, you run him up the sideline with anybody and you in trouble. But he has an injury history with us. This is the first year that he has been healthy. We can't even say all season because we've only played 7 games. So that's yet to be seen. That's more the reason why you should have traded Will Fuller, because it's inevitable. It is imminent that he is going to get hurt. Actually, he got hurt earlier this year. It just wasn't enough to keep him out the games. So he's played in all 7 games. And somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I believe he's played in all 7 games. He's on pace right now for 1,100 yards. I think about 75 receptions, which is decent. That's Pro Bowl worthy in some aspects and some years of playing in the National Football League. But he should have been traded because we need draft equity and we need to build this team around Deshaun Watson. Get that second round pick so we can get a guy like, Hubbard. There's plenty of guys out there we can get. Guy to LSU, in Tiende or whatever, however you say his last name, from Clemson. But the deal didn't get done. What was reported was they couldn't come to an agreement on as far as what he was worth. Now, what I heard is that they tried to give us a fourth for him, and they stood pat on the fourth. A fourth round pick for Will Fuller? Are you kidding me? Come on. That's disrespectful. If he leaves the team, we get a compensatory 3. Why would we trade him for a 4 right now? That don't even make no sense. But because Bill O'Brien, took it bent over with no grease for the last however many years he was here, thank God he is out of here. I hate that guy so much as a coach and a general manager, more so as a general manager. But because he ran the place into the ground, it's like, man, look, they traded the best wide receiver in the league for crumbs, for pennies on the dollar, for a ham sandwich, as Michael Irvin said. Surely we can, dangle a 4 right in their face, and yeah, they gonna go for it because they need draft picks. Well, I'm glad about this, that the organization said, look, player, we ain't taking no 4s. We ain't taking no 3rds. If you want Will Fuller, you got to come off a second round pick. And let me just say something about Green Bay's organization. Y'all are relying too much on Aaron Rodgers, man. He's a great quarterback. He's a Hall of Famer. But y'all are foolish. Y'all are foolish for not making this move. Not because I know that we need that second round pick. Look, what's done is done. We ain't got it. But y'all foolish for not doing it. Y'all have not drafted a skill player, and somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, in the first round since Aaron Rodgers has been there. I can't think of anybody. They drafted in the first round as a skill player for Aaron Rodgers. By God, they drafted a quarterback in the first round this past draft. A quarterback. Aaron Rodgers is in his prime. 35 years old, 36 years old for a quarterback is like the edge of your prime, but it's your prime. You see what he out there doing? One of the top quarterbacks in the league. And y'all go get Jordan Love out of Utah. Come on, man. Come on, my guys. Y'all got to do better than what y'all doing. And you could have had Will Fuller, and you could have really spiced up that offense. Here's the issue that I have with the Houston Texans, and this is the second thing that I want to get into. Should we have traded J.J. Watt? Now, from what the reports have said is that he was untouchable. Why? Why is he untouchable? Right? We heard Cal McNair get on Sports Radio 610 Texans radio the other day and talk about, oh, we love our guys. We want to stick with them. I'm not a guy that gives up. I'm extremely positive. Nobody cares, my guy. That's why this organization has not yet won or even been to a Super Bowl. Because I love my guys. I want to be loyal. That ain't what it's about. It's not about being loyal, man. This is the game of football. It might be a business, but this is the game of football. This not even like gambling. This is a sport. You want to win games. You already getting the money. You already selling out seats. Even in the pandemic, you still getting people to come. They putting money in your pocket. What are you talking about? You acting like you a player. You're not a player, Cal McNair. You're not. And you're making decisions like you're a player. You're not a player. So why did J.J. Watt not get traded? I love J.J. Watt. I have said that so many times on this show. I love that man. If you would have did like a blockbuster trade and traded him and Will Fuller for like a first and a second to Green Bay, I would be a Green Bay fan. I would be pushing for Green Bay to go all the way. That's how much I love that dude, man. He's done so much for this city as far as a player and as far as a human being, a philanthropist. Okay, what he's done in the community. Come on, man. Come on. But it's time. Everybody got their time. Joe Montana had his time. Jerry Rice had his time. Peyton Manning had his time. Everybody has their time. It's his time. But you said, nope, JJ is going to retire Houston Texan. Okay. So I guess you think that we're going to make a run. I don't know if you know this or not, Cal McNair, but we're 1-6, my guy. We played 7 games. 7. We've only won one. I don't care if we almost won a few of those games, because that's what he alluded to as well when he was talking to Mark Vandermeer. You are what your record says that you are. We're 1-6. There's a R&B artist named Brandy. Got a brother named Ray J. Got a first cousin named Snoop Dogg. She made a song called Almost Doesn't Count. You know why? Because almost doesn't count. Who says, man, you remember that game from 1975 when the Steelers played the Oilers and the Oilers almost beat them? No one cares about that. The only time somebody cares about something like that is when the Oilers play, and this might hurt the city of Houston, anybody that is, 33 and older. The only thing somebody cares about when you talk about that is when you say, do you remember when the Oilers played the Bills in the AFC Championship? Right? And the Oilers was up 35-3 at halftime. And then the Bills end up coming back with this Frank Wycheck guy who just happens to be the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts right now as we speak in 2020. Yeah, then that's when it matters. Okay. But other than that, nobody cares about almost games. Nobody. They want to know who's the winner. Right? Can you tell me how many people can tell me who won the Super Bowl in 2001? I can tell you. It was the Patriots, the New England Patriots. Do you know who they played? Do you remember? Even if you do you care? No. You just care about who won it. So that is what is at hand here. Okay? So you should have put JJ on the trading block. You're foolish for not doing it. This team is about one person and one person only. And if you have not figured that out, Cal McNair, we're going to be in the same position. This team is about one person. And even JJ Watt said it several times because he knows. Number 4, Deshaun Watson. JJ has been the face of this franchise for I don't know how many years, since 2011. This is 10th season. He knows that Deshaun is the key. He is the answer. If he knows that, why don't you know it? Why don't you know that you have to build upon the rock in which Deshaun Watson is the foundation here for the Houston Texans? You're incompetent. You're just like Jim Crane to me right now. And you sat on your hands. You sat on your hands, and now the team has to suffer for it. So maybe you're right. Let's just say we just went out, right, and go 10-6, get one of these extra wild card spots that are supposed to be coming. Are we going to do something in the playoffs? I don't think so. The defense can't stop nobody. I mean, nobody. They can't stop nobody. When we play some of these weak offenses, like we finna play the Jags, Gardner Minshew is out. We playing some guy, Jake Lutter, whatever the dude's name is. I guarantee you, he is going to come out. He going to have a great coming out party because he going to carve our defense up. That's how trash they are. That's how trash they are. And you'll see, because you don't listen. You think that you're a player and you're not a player, Cal McNair. I'm just trying to call things the way that they are. So you've sat on your hands, and now you're about to see the results of sitting on your hands. Hey, and guess what, Kyle? When the season is over with and everything starts coming into fruition and the draft is here, and you've hired your head coach and you've hired your general manager and whatever other administrative individuals you have to put into place, and you put Jack Easter Bunny or Easter Bee, whatever his name is, back in the place that he had before, you're going to see how bad this team suffers and how far away we are from being a winning team, because you have to build through the draft, my guy. Oh, not only that, you could build through free agency, but you ain't got no money because you ain't unloading nobody. So are you going to release JJ Watt in the offseason? Right? Because what does he count, like 17 million against the cap next year? What you going to do about that? Not smart, my guy. Now, unless you come back and you trade him in the offseason to a team so that you don't have to have all that money that goes against the cap. Hey, if you do it before the draft, right? You got that advice here on Grip It and Rip It Sports. So if you want to give anybody credit, I'll take it, no problem. J.R. Wilson, that's my name. Straight out of Houston, Texas. You know, give it to me. But this is what we looking like right now. And it's sad. It's sad, man. Honestly. And I'm not as pissed as I probably should be, but I'm definitely disappointed in us standing pat. I mean, everybody, this is very indicative of the old Texans from 2010, 2011, 2012. Just like, nope, we're going to stay with our guys. And then when the good guys that we have, when it's time to sign them, we let them go. Don't let me run down a gamut of players that we have let go that should still be on this team today. I mean, it's just horrific. It really is. It really is. And by golly, I'm tired of this foolishness. And we got the quarterback, man. That's what makes this situation so frustrating. We have the quarterback. I'm just hoping to God, whatever coach that we choose to come here, or whatever coach chooses to accept the position as head coach for the Houston Texans, that he develops Deshaun and he builds around Deshaun. And hopefully within the next 4 to 5 years, we can finally be a winning team when Deshaun comes into his prime as a quarterback at the age of 30. Remember that, okay? Remember that. Remember what I said here today, Cal McNair. You might not ever see this. It don't matter. Because I'm talking to the fans too, because a lot of us feel this way. We really do. It's going to take 5 years for this team to become a winning team. And somebody, you correct me if I'm wrong. Look, I welcome you. I welcome you. Get down in the comments and say, hey, man, you wrong. We just need a few pieces. Okay, cool. Where we going to get them from? We have been notorious for picking, bad picks in mid-round draft picks. Notorious. I don't know the last guy that we got in the mid-round pick that is actually good. Can you? Don't say Justin Reed. If you said Justin Reed in your head right now, no. No, 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 no. He is not good. He is not good. I'm tired of the effusive praise for Justin Reed. He's not good. If you think he's good, somebody tell me, how is he good? How? He doesn't tackle worth a blunt nickel. His coverage skills are trash. You can't play him press. He's horrible at it. What is he good at? Because he's smart and articulates himself well as he speaks. So what? So did Brock Osweiler. Was he good? Huh? No, he wasn't. Come on, guys. We got to open our eyes, man. I hate to use this word, but man, we got to wake up. We got to get woke out here when it comes to the Houston Texans. We in a hole, and we going to be in a hole for quite some time. And Bill O'Brien ran this thing right into the ground, man. I mean, ran it into the ground. I hope he happy, man. You said you had so much love for Deshaun Watson. Look what you did to him, man. You traded away his best receiver, the best receiver in the NFL, man. How you feel about that, Bill O'Brien? How does that make you feel inwardly that you did that? And then you did it for crumbs. You gave away Jadeveon Clowney for crumbs. You allow AJ Boye to go free. You allow Brandon Brooks to go free. You allow our center that we had to go free. Ben, I can't even think of his last name right now. I mean, we had a decent offensive line. It's hard being a Houston Texans fan, man. It's hard being a Houston fan, period, right now, because this city is just, I don't know what's going on. The best team that we have in Houston, which is the Astros, even they're making crazy decisions. And y'all should go check out the video that I just put out for that yesterday. Basically entitled that George Springer and Michael Brantley will not be Houston Astros going forward. They won't. They won't. We can't pay George Springer. Somebody gonna give him $100+ million. We can't do that. We just paid Alex Bregman $100 million. We paid Jose Altuve $150 million, and we have to pay Carlos Correa because he had a breakout season. We don't have the money to pay him. So This show was meant to be short and sweet, but I actually extended it a little bit today because, man, it's a lot to talk about. It's a lot to talk about. And here, the last few days, I've had some time to talk about it, and I wanted to do just that. And the channel is growing. I appreciate everybody that is subscribed to this channel. Man, look, you subscribe, get somebody else to subscribe, man. You know what I mean? To like the page, like what you see if you like it, comment on it and share this link with your people, with your partners, with your family. Because I'm the only one that's putting it on here like this here, the way that I do it. Also, man, if anybody knows South Sports, man, shout out to them. I don't know the dude, but man, his show is dope. I'd love to have him on here. I'd love to go on there. Great show, South Sports. But this is what I want y'all to do. Every Saturday at 5 p.m., my father and I, we have a show called The Solid Grip that we do live on Facebook and YouTube on The Solid Grip every Saturday at 5 p.m. Y'all check that out. Also go check out On the Other Hand Sports. That's my father's solo show on YouTube. Subscribe to that channel and share the links that you have on there as well if you like what you hear. Now, let me remind you that this show is the flavor for your wings, the barbecue sauce for your ribs, and the sugar for your Kool-Aid, not your tank. Don't get it twisted nor misconstrued. And I know that y'all won't, man. I appreciate everybody that watched this here, man. Y'all stick with me, man. We gonna keep growing. I'm gonna keep doing my thing, and I'm gonna keep giving y'all all that I got, everything that's in me, all the time, every time. So for me, J.R. Wilson, this is Grip It and Rip It Sports. Grace and peace to all y'all. Y'all take care.
Hey, it's time to open up your ears and your eyes. You are now tuned in to Grip It and